Hi, I'm Krisha. So this is Dark of the Moon Ultimate Optimus Prime, and he's huge. Okay, we'll get through this. Let's start with the truck, shall we? In his truck mode, Optimus looks absolutely fantastic. I am actually a huge fan of his alt mode from the movies, and not just because they were my first introduction to the franchise. This long, bulky truck just oozes power, like you could plow through multiple brick walls in a row. The flames look amazing too. I never understood the hate for them. I'm definitely not one of those "good, not my Optimus" people. I think all primes are beautiful. But getting back on topic, this is a very nice and fairly accurate representation of his on-screen look. It's a bit longer in places, those back wheels definitely have way too much of a gap in front of them, but this does not really detract from his awesomeness. The bed of the truck is actually really clean, with just a few hints of robot within it. Other than the gap under the cab, through which you can see the chest piece, he's an extremely clean truck, even with some 5mm ports on the sides. He's decently sized as well, slightly larger than a modern Voyager. I don't have his Studio Series toys, but I think he actually scales way better with Studio Series Deluxes than the Voyager. Trucks are huge, you guys. His colors are nice enough, fairly ordinary for his Hasbro toys of the time. He's definitely too bright and toy-like compared to Takara's decos or the MPM figure, but he still looks great. It's a shame though that his grille is not painted silver, or all the grey plastic for that matter, but oh well, budgets are a thing, and most of his was consumed by this massive trailer. This trailer looks awesome, though it is admittedly just a large grey box with some detailing. It's too large actually. Compared to the truck, it sticks out on the sides like crazy. But on its own, it's a very good looking trailer, with nice detailing on the sides, including the iconic Optimus stripe and the massive Autobot logo. There's also another one at the front, on what I think is the cooling unit? I don't know truck tech. It's got a very nicely done back as well, with a painted bumper and a greatly detailed door. The taillights aren't painted, unfortunately, but since they become the bottoms of the Supermode's feet, I think this is acceptable. Plugging the trailer onto Optimus is easy enough, just slot the thing into the thing. Unfortunately, with the way the trailer's transformation works, there's not much ground clearance here, mostly due to the BFG that's stashed under there. The trailer hitch can spin, and when I first got him, it had a very wide range of motion, but after that I just could not get the Supermode shoulder armor to get out of the way. But of course, a good truck mode is only half the story. How about the rest of the things that a Transformer is supposed to do? Let's transform him. The transformation is extremely nice and satisfying, decently complex, but not so much to be a hassle, and it results in a decently accurate but definitely compromised robot mode. Starting from the bottom, his legs look nicely accurate, although the front wheels on his heels are just faux and unpainted. The real wheels are on his forearms and yeah, that's not the best of looks. It would be fine on a G1 styled Chug figure, but on him it feels wrong, not to mention inaccurate to the movies. His shoulders and torso are likewise somewhat inaccurate, but I think it's fine. This is a big Voyager with a big trailer, not a leader or an NPM. I actually really like the way the backpack compacts. It does stick out a bit, but it still flattens out fairly well and looks decently movie accurate. The torso is also accurate, with the new redesigned abs, but it's slightly too long. Up in the cranial region, the head sculpt is very nice, accurate to the movie and commanding. The eyes are picked out very nicely in this bright shade of blue. Tell you what though, I'm not really sure what it is with this color. A lot of his joints are made of this brownish orange plastic that is very similar to Hyuki, and I'm not sure why. It's not a bad color or anything, and it fits in with the robot look better than Allspark blue, it's just a bit odd. Now, Optimus Prime himself doesn't really have any accessories. Unfortunately, they couldn't fit a sword, gun or axe inside the trailer, but that's not what the trailer is there for. It's time to combine. Turning the trailer into the Jetwing is not complicated, but it's definitely harder than it should be. The tabs in it are extremely strong, which does mean it won't fall apart easily, but it's also hard to get it all separated. There is a broken hinge in it, unfortunately, because I got it used second hand, but thanks to the strong tabs, the cooler panel still holds securely in both modes. Now, the Jetwing is certainly an interesting look for him. He's basically not movie accurate at all, lacking the jet engines, shoulder straps, or underarm Gatling guns. But it just looks so awesome and imposing. It dwarfs Masterpiece Soundwave, and Deluxes are basically invisible next to him. Those panels can be splayed out in basically any way you want, and make him stand out really well on the shelf. The metallic blue paint on them looks great too. I really like how the Jetwing armor envelops Optimus. He really becomes a part of it. The new arms, shoulders and legs look really nice, and I love how the trailer's bumper becomes the toes. That's a cute detail. That codpiece might look a bit ridiculous, but in my eyes, that's a good thing. Articulation in this mode is fairly pathetic. The legs only go side to side, and while there's a lot of hinges in the arms, they are still very limited. But again, this is not a toy for moving, this is a toy for standing or swooshing. To steal a quote from Thew, this is not leader class or commander class, it's oh please mom class. And what else to better exemplify this status than this massive gun? Just the BFG alone is as tall as Masterpiece Soundwave, and it comes with licensed sounds, making Optimus a roadbot. It has two buttons on it, which make two vaguely similar explosion noises, and this big red lever. Pulling on it activates not only those little MagTech side thingies, but also makes it all light up and make noise. Hold it open for long enough, and he even says his name. Optimus can hold it in both hands, and this helmet with a cool targeting system print on the visor slots over the head. I think it was supposed to clip onto the trailer peg, but unfortunately that broken hinge is in the way. Unfortunately, it does have flaws that I don't find charming. The legs don't exactly feel aligned, so the feet are never fully planted. Bandage is overall a big problem on mine. Like I said, the panels don't really like to be aligned, so transforming the trailer is a bit more painful than it should be. But I don't know how much of this can be blamed on the figure itself, and how much simply on its age and the second-hand status. Probably the biggest problem I have though are the Jetwing arms. While I appreciate the fact that the engineers tried to make them as articulated as possible, they really get in the way of the transformation. But, flaws and all, I absolutely love this figure. Its ridiculous size and play value just overshadow every problem I have with him. He's just really fun to handle, to transform, and to slam down on the desk menacingly. He's an amazing value toy, usually going for $50 to $60 on eBay. However, I got mine on Facebook, and he's the part of the video where Krisha sings praises of Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, or other local bazaar apps, are an absolute goldmine for random finds like this. Sure, most of the time you'll see RID one-step changes or knockoffs, but every once in a while an amazing deal pops up. I got this Optimus, including the box and instructions, for just 300 Czech crowns, or around $15, from a nice lady who lives a few villages over. Seriously, go check your local marketplace. Even if you live in a country where distribution is awful, there still can be toys waiting for you there, so just go and dig around. I'll be waiting for you in the next review, which will be, well, something speedy, I reckon. Bye!